Sophie, can you sense Lambda nearby?
Yes, it feels like...
Protos Haste is capable of receiving the unique signals that emanate from Lambda. As long as he remains alive, this function stays intact.
Wow. So does that mean you always know where he is?
No, I can't really...
It is not capable of isolating Lambda's position. The signals emanate from Lambda in a concentric manner. This makes it possible to calculate a rough distance, but not to isolate the point of emission.
So what you're saying is, it's not possible for her to actually know where...
I've made myself clear.
We can't talk.
Hubert, may I have a word?
Of course.
My imagination may be running away with me, but something doesn't feel right about that one.
I concur. You and I need to make sure to keep a close eye on our friend. But it may be difficult when we're constantly fending off all these monsters.
It may not be safe to start asking questions here on the spot. Let's keep watching and see how things develop.
Agreed. My brother and the others suspect nothing, and I see no reason to trouble them.
They're focused on rescuing King Richard right now. We'll let them concentrate on that.
This looks like something from the Amarcian ruins. What's it doing here?
Could this be Lambda's doing?
Almost certainly. Such terrible power. The cocoon must have absorbed everything on the island in the process of its formation.
We can't let this continue. We need to find a way to stop this.
You are right to worry. If Lambda reaches the planet's core, that will be the end of everything.
So we should really start moving.
Please, Richard, stay safe until we arrive. Whoa, what's this? It's like it's alive.
It isn't like it's alive, it is alive. The stimulus generated from touching these cells can cause the ones over there to expand or contract.
Huh. You sure know a lot about this stuff, Pascal.
I only know from watching my big sister's research. I don't know much about biology myself, but if we touch all this stuff, things could get interesting. So let's get to poking.
I can tell that Lambda is very close now.
Our enemy is almost upon us. Is everyone ready to proceed?
Save King Richard, Asbel.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute, Asbel. Before we proceed, I need to tell you something.
What is it?
I will save Richard, no matter what.
You got it, Sophie. I'm counting on you.
Cheria, Pascal, thank you for accompanying me on my mission.
Oh, aren't you cute? Now how about a touch? It's been so long. So good! I'm gonna lose it here!
You still wanted to touch Sophie after all this time?
Pascal, I'll do everything I can to stop him.
Huh?
Cheria, I will eradicate Lambda. I promise.
Right! With all of us working together, Lambda doesn't stand a chance.
Yes.
Did King Richard intentionally merge with Lambda?
It sure looked that way.
Who would allow something so horrible to happen to themselves?
Lambda must be manipulating Richard. That has to be it.
That's why it's necessary for me to eradicate Lambda.
We'll do it without your mutual destruction.
But Asbel, we'll never be able to save Richard.
All right, that's enough, you two.
I refuse to give up. Sophie has to understand that Lambda's destruction will never equal the value of her own life.
Hey, what happened? Did you find them?
Right. I have to find Cheria and Sophie.
Hold it together, kid.
Where'd they go again? The garden?
Is there something special about the meadow?
All 3 types of Elith gather there.
There are really places like that?
Wait, is something like that unusual?
Because of the Valkanus, some areas tend to just overflow with elephant stuff.
Huh. It all makes sense now. I guess that's why the flowers bloom there year-round.
Yes, exactly. When I first fought Lambda ages ago, I decided to sleep there in order to regenerate the Elith I lost in the battle.
And then, Asbel and I came along and woke you up 7 years ago, correct?
No, I awoke because Lambda had become active again.
Nice try, Hubert.
Well,
Cheria, might I inquire about something?
Why are you talking like that? I mean, it's cute, but it's freaking me out a little.
It's how Hubert talks. I thought if I did the same thing, you'd be more likely to answer.
Huh?
Cheria, if you're in love with Asbel, why don't you just tell him?
Where did you hear that?
The captain just told me yesterday.
I heard a scream. What's going on?
This doesn't involve you, Asbel. Get out of here!
Why? What did I do now?
She loves him, but she's angry. Is that what she meant about people being angry because they're sad? Feelings are difficult.
I know what you're thinking, Cheria. The more human-like she becomes, the more difficult her behavior can be to handle.
No, that's not what I was thinking at all.
We believe that Lambda and King Richard have traveled deep into Aphinia's core.
Then let's take the shuttle to the World's Eye and find them.
You're probably tired of hearing this, but we must risk all, including our lives, in the upcoming battle. I hope you are truly prepared.
The fate of Aphinia rests in our hands. It's kind of terrifying to think about.
But you don't have your scared face, Cheria.
That's because I'll be facing it with all of you.
All right, I think we're all finished with preparations. Now, let's do this.
Yeah!
All right.
Wait, hold on.
Come on, Hubert.
The Oswell family vault is located somewhere in the Stratton Desert. It is possible that its contents might prove useful in the upcoming battle.
Where exactly is it?
I don't know its exact location, but if we use the shuttle to make a meticulous search, we might well stumble upon it.
All right, and if anyone has any other places they want to check, we'd better do it now.
I can't believe how big this is.
The ruins on the surface continue all the way down.
So my theory was right! I saw some documents on Fodra that outlined a big plan for moving the Lestalia.
Moving the Lestalia? They wanted the core of our world?
Nope, the exact opposite. I think the Amarcian predecessors moved the Lestalia out of Fodra and into Aphinia.
I see. Then this would be the area they used to transport it.
Probably.
So even Lambda smiles.
When I was a kid, everyone was always all, oh, there goes that smiling Pascal again.
Not me. When I lived in Strata, I was known as the child who never smiled.
You don't smile now either.
I suppose I can't really deny that. But nonetheless, I was still shocked to see Lambda smile. I didn't think he was capable of it. What may have prompted him?
Maybe he just felt like it.
That's not an answer.
How should I know? It's just when I see someone smile, I feel good. So maybe it was something like that.
Does that mean you'd like to see me smile?
No, not really.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
Wait a minute. So Lambda was innocent?
Emeraude told us that Lambda was responsible for Fodra's destruction, but now...
Asbel, now's not the time to begin contemplating the past. All we know for sure is that he was the subject of multiple scientific experiments, and that those experiments were the source of the ensuing chaos.
But it also seems like it wasn't his fault. At least, not as much as we originally thought. Maybe the scientists just blamed it all on him because they needed a scapegoat or whatever. What do you guys think?
Whatever the case may be, there's no point in wild speculation. We should focus on reaching Lambda as soon as possible.
You're right.
Lambda had a hard life. Just like me, I suppose. But I had friends to help me when things were at their worst. I had the support I needed to get through it. What about him?
This must be one of the drills they used to dig the Guardia shaft. It's huge!
To think that this place was built here so long ago. I can barely imagine it.
But this is real, even if it feels like a dream.
Regardless, this is our world, and we will figure out how to exist in it.
True. After all, people found ways to survive in the harsh environments of Fendel and Strata.
Yeah, and because they stuck it out, this world survived and became a home to everyone.
You don't often consider it, but in a way, the work of those people serves to protect our lifestyles, even now.
You're right. Why didn't I see it that way before? They probably couldn't think of anything else but their own survival, but by working hard to secure their own future, it helped pave ours. It gives me hope that what we do now will eventually help those who come after us.
I think so too, Asbel.
The Emeraude in those visions seemed a lot different from the Emeraude we knew.
The Emeraude that we all met was probably a humanoid.
You think so?
Yes, she must have transferred her psyche. That's how she survived the deep sleep.
She went to such great lengths to protect Fodra. Contrary to what we originally believed, she must have been a very committed person.
I think so. But even if her intentions were good, she was still wrong in the end, wasn't she?
Oh, I'm sorry, Sophie, you're right. But hey, don't worry, okay? Even if we could understand Emeraude's intentions, we'll never agree to her methods. We'll protect the things we love without hurting anyone, right?
Yes.
Director Cornell gave his life to help Lambda escape. He was willing to sacrifice himself for something that no one else believed in. He must have been one of Lambda's true friends. Maybe his only one.
Perhaps.
Lambda, what happened to you after Cornell went away?
Don't tell me you've begun to sympathize with Lambda.
Don't be No, actually, you're right.
And how will it help to sympathize with an enemy?
I know. I understand where Lambda's coming from.
Why?
When I was suffering, I had Sophie and you and everyone else to lean on. I didn't have to face it alone. But Lambda...
Then let me ask you this. If you didn't have friends to help you, what would you have done? Resented humanity? Destroyed the world?
I don't know. Probably, I guess.
Asbel!
But...
Don't joke around. Now answer the question.
To be honest, I can't say for sure that I wouldn't have done those things.
Fine, I understand. But if that were to happen, believe me, I'd come over and lecture you anyway. So it's really a moot point.
If I was alone...
Even still.
What's this?
If I'm correct, when you rotate this pedestal, the giant spheres on this floor change position in a similar way.
I see. So the positions of the small spheres on the pedestal are connected to the larger spheres?
It looks that way. If you were to draw a line out from the small spheres and look in that direction...
Oh, you can see the large spheres.
Now, we just have to figure out how to use this to our advantage.
Yes. I'm scared. My chest is so tight.
We must be close.
Let's be sure we're on the same page. Our objective is not to fight King Richard. It's to eradicate Lambda.
It means hurting him. But if we can weaken Richard, I think we can drag Lambda out of him.
Sophie, I'm sure you know this, but...
You are a formidable force, even without your mutual destruction function. There is no need to consider that option.
Yes, I understand.
Then we're ready. Let's go, everyone. The Lostalia is just ahead.
These must be the remains of humanoids who worked on the Guardia shaft.
The people of Fodra used humanoids as tools to be thrown away. How sad.
Thank you for your hard work, everyone.
Huh?
These humanoids fulfilled their duty, their mission. It's not sad.
You're not thinking of the mutual destruction thing again?
No, I'm not. Besides, I want to be with all of you.
I know. We all feel the same way, Sophie.
Yes, all of us.
I concur.
As do I.
Me too!
It just cut off.
Sophie, when did that initial battle with Lambda happen? Do you remember?
It happened when I first came to this world.
And then it appeared with us and Richard in the secret passage 7 years ago.
So that monster who attacked us back when we were still kids, that was Lambda?
It looked like he was just trying to stay alive.
Maybe all he wants is to live.
Lambda is close. I feel his presence growing stronger.
It's time.
Right. Let's find him and finish this once and for all.
Lambda was used and betrayed, and his life was threatened.
You're only pretending to like me, so you can use me later. It's always the same. People are only nice to me when they want something for themselves. And when I become king someday, those same people will come for me as well.
Yes. My uncle tried to poison my father, and as I expected, he did the same to me. He will curse the day he tried to take my life. I will make him pay.
So that's why Richard and Lambda came together. Both of them suffered more than anyone should, and they both want revenge. I can't blame Richard, not after all he's been through. I remember when I lost Sophie, when my father died, when I was banished from Want. What if Lambda had been there with me? What would have happened? If I wasn't lucky enough to have friends that helped me, what would have happened?
Close proximity to the Lestalia will make Richard even more powerful than before.
He wasn't exactly holding back when we fought in the cocoon, but this time he'll be fighting for his life.
As will we, brother. And therefore we shall not lose.
Exactly. We will not lose. I've spent my life trying to get stronger in order to protect my friends. Today, I fight with that power.
I fight to ensure the promise I made to Kurt.
I fight to protect Asbel and Richard and everyone.
Our reasons for fighting can be different, as long as it brings us all together.
Yes. Find the thing you hold in your heart and never let it go.
Let's do this!
All right, stay focused, everyone. Our final battle begins now.